Hey everyone, Joey here, and today we're going to take a look at the new SUPER3 emulator on Android that lets you play Sega Model 3 games. Now, I have absolutely no connection to a Sega Model 3. None. I actually didn't even know what it was. And I decided to check out these games, and I actually have to admit, for a system released in 1996, the games look pretty great. I was playing some Virtua Soccer. I don't even know if that's what it's called. Virtua something, soccer something. And the graphics are way better than they have any right to be for a system released in 1996. But all of the games that I played were actually pretty fun. Not perfect, there are some graphical glitches here and there and some weird oddities, but the emulator itself runs great and the games run great. Now, this video was captured on my AYN Odin 3. It is a Snapdragon 8 Elite device. I am not actually sure how well all of this runs on lower end hardware. I only tested it on my Odin 3, so keep that in mind. Okay, so before anything, you are going to need some Model 3 ROMs, or games. And I can't really help you with that, but Google does have you covered. I created a folder called Model 3 inside of my ROMs folder, and then I put all of my games inside of that Model 3 folder. They were zipped, and I left them zipped, and everything worked out fine. Let's go ahead and start with what you need to know. First, the emulator costs $7, and it is available through the Google Play Store. The Play Store version is the most up-to-date version. There is a free GitHub version, but it is many versions behind, and from what I understand, it's not going to be updated. So long story short, you pay the $7 here if you want to play. Now, before all of that as well, something you should know, the Odin 3 has built-in Xbox controls as a mode, and also a 60 and 120 Hz switch. Both of these are things that I had to do, Xbox mode and 60 Hz mode. I don't know if the controls are going to work on all devices, or any device that doesn't use Xbox input mapping. So your mileage may vary here. Also, with 120 Hz mode on, the games ran double speed. I wasn't able to figure out how to fix that, so I did have to set the entire device to 60 Hz for the games to work properly. Okay, so let's go ahead and open the emulator, and first things first, it wants to know where our Model 3 games are. So click Pick Games folder, and navigate to whatever folder has your Model 3 games inside of it. Mine is in my ROMs folder, and then the Model 3 folder. Then go ahead and click Next. Now we need to choose our data folder, and this is where all of our saves, configuration files, and so on will be stored. This is a folder that we are actually going to create and store things in. So click Pick Data Folder, then you want to put this on your internal storage or your SD card. Just create a folder right on the root of either one, whichever you're choosing, and I just called it Model 3. Then use this folder. Now click Finish. Your artwork is going to be synced at this point, so you just need to wait a bit for it to show up. You can get to list mode by tapping the grid icon in the top right, or back to grids by tapping the list icon in the top right. You can also set a dark or light mode in the top right if you want to. Scroll down and you're going to see all of the games that you have, and apparently with the Model 3, there are different versions in different regions. So it'll tell you if it found your game, and then also what you need if you want the other versions of the game, and what you need for them. Let's go ahead and click the 3 lines top left for settings. You can change your games folder or data folder and rescan it here if you want, but scroll down and let's click Match Device Resolution. Now it's going to set the games to widescreen and also use our device's 1920 by 1080 resolution, which is actually super cool. Now, if you don't want to do that or it doesn't work for you, just click the resolution only to upscale, and you can keep the native aspect ratio without widescreen. It's important to note that the blue, highlighted blue, means activated, and black means not activated for what we click. I left the rest as activated, and let's scroll down. There are some options here, like if you're using touch controls to turn that on, but we don't need that for the device we have. I wasn't able to get gyro working on my device, and I'm not sure why, but you can try that and see if it works for you. Otherwise, that's really it for settings. To boot a game, just click the green arrow in the list for anything that you have the ROM for, and it says Found. When you're in game, the back button on the device, or swipe up and the back arrow, or back gesture, gets you the in-game menu, with some other things that we can do, like exiting a game. We'll come back to this though. For the most part, most games just ran, and I had no issues. There were some graphical issues here and there, and that's about it, but everything else seemed to run pretty good. I played a game called Harley Davidson and LA Riders, and I was just driving a Harley around, not having any idea what to do. At the start, you use select to insert coins, and then R2 was what I used for gas, and I kind of just tried different controls to see what did and didn't do things. Then I tried some Sega Bass fishing, and it's just fishing. It was fun. The beginning screen said winners don't use drugs, so I have to believe them. Seems like a good game. Some texture glitches here and there in this game, but otherwise it was fun to just do some fishing. Le Mans 24 controlled so weirdly. Not sure if it was the game or what was going on, but it felt a little bit weird and off. Otherwise, it seemed to work. But by far, the most fun game that I tried was Spike Out. Number one, the graphics were actually good. But number two, the gameplay felt fun. Just beating people up, and for some reason I had a little kid with me as well beating people up, unless maybe they're just a smaller adult. I am actually not sure what's going on in this game, but I was having a blast with it. This was actually pretty fun. Now, there are a few games that I did run into issues with, like not loading up the game. For example, Daytona. It gave me an error called network board not present, and it was a little confusing. I had to Google around and figure out what to do. Open the in-game menu and turn on Show Touch Controls. Push Test at the top right to get the test menu. Use Service to move down to Game Assignments, and then Test to enter it. Go to Link ID and change it with Test to Single. Use Service to exit, and then exit again with Test. Now Daytona works. Just hide your touch controls and you can play Daytona. It controlled weirdly, but I think it's because we're using sticks instead of an actual steering wheel. Virtua Striker 2 98 was the soccer game I was trying to remember earlier in the video, but it was definitely the most graphic impressive game that I saw, besides, what was that other one? Spike Out? They're both pretty cool. But it was fun to control, and I had no idea what the buttons were doing. I had to play a little bit longer, but it surprised me here. It felt like a really good game, and again, 1996. So anyways, that's really all I have for you today for the Sega Model 3. It was a device, an emulator that I had no affiliation with, tried it out, and it's actually pretty fun, so I want to share it with everybody. Just enjoy some Sega Model 3 games, and have some fun. Don't forget to like and sub to help the channel grow. Come join me on the Discord to talk all about retro gaming. Support me through YouTube membership if you like my stuff. And hope you all have a good one.